I love anime sound design. It is so cool. So today I wanted to show you a little anime scene resound I did. The scene from Spy Family where Anya just fucking decks Damien in the face. I'm gonna play this back for you so you can hear it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Here we go. Every single time I see him get hit, it's so funny. One of the first things that's really important that I like to do in doing any kind of resound is ambience. That's a big thing. In this case, in particular, we only have one track, just a simple like hallway ambience. It sounds like this. Very simple. It's just a hallway room tone. To be there underneath everything when nothing is happening so that things feel like they're in a natural space. Sometimes those can be more complex. In the case of this particular scene though, it just needs to be a small hallway sound. I don't need anything else. What next? So now, here are the main sound effects. This is my kind of workflow. I like to do backgrounds first, and then I jump right into doing the main big hitting, massive, like important sounds that you see on screen or are hearing, maybe off screen too. This is everything like impacts, hits, crashes, anything you're seeing happening on screen. So things like this. One of my biggest things that is so important for this particular scene is the impact of this punch. In anime, there is a really big thing that I've noticed while listening to a lot of sound design and doing research while also enjoying anime at the same time. It turns out they use explosions for literally everything. Punches are explosions. Things getting destroyed are explosions. Even if there's no explosion, crunchy, distorted, nice explosion sounds. It's crazy because I never thought about this until I started listening more often. And I'm like, why explosions? Well, the answer is because they fucking hurt. Check this out. We look up a punch sound effect. We put this punch in here. That sounds weak as fuck. You put all these things back in instead. Something way more painful. The answer to all of your anime sound design problems is just add an explosion. I've got a couple here. I mean, we got stereo explosions. These are huge. These are helping give width here. That's pretty good on its own. And then the rest of these are just textural things like this is a jet flying by and another explosion. Look at that. Just for a lot of texture to show he's like really flying. And then we got some crash when he hits the wall. Pretty impactful. We got more impacts here. This is just like a trash can crinkling through trash. Same here. So I'm just like layering in layers of trash here. It just kind of adds to the character. Our big impact is this one right up here. And again, it's another explosion, but we've just sucked the tail out of it. So it's just like a hit. He gets knocked on his ass. And then there's just a few tasteful things here at the end, like the paper bouncing. And then he puts his feet down. A lot of layering going on here. I am a big fan of like putting tons of stereo layers into shit. I just like width. I think it's very cool. You don't have to go too overboard with it, but when you want something to be impactful, I like to add a lot of width. The last thing I always do is like the Foley. Technically, it's not Foley. Foley's like when you record sound effects to picture, but I don't technically do that. Sometimes I just swipe it from a library. So here we've got cloth movements. When the characters turn their heads or move. Sometimes you do a lot of this and sometimes you don't do a lot of it. They're very important because if I take them out, it's gonna feel very empty. So like, again, let me play through. This is with the cloth and movements. And this is without. Really missing something, right? It's just like that like extra little polish that really helps out. And then we got some music down here, and this is just like the end of a track that I just picked off of Epidemic Sound. And it's perfect because in the original, which I shouldn't play back because I'll get in trouble probably. In the original, there's that exact thing where like the music tails off here and there's just silence and then Anya punches him. So it's actually really great because it's kind of leading up to the fact something's going on. He's teasing her, and then it's like silence, process, and then Anya fucking fucks him up. You know what I mean? So I think that's an important element to keep in mind. You know, if you were mixing in music, it's like, where does your music line up with your mood and your sound effects and what creates the most impact? This just about does it because there's a moment where we have time to like process what's happening and then she just decks him and it's great. So that's how I did this little scene. I do a lot of these pretty often. I think I'm doing one each day right now. Expect to see more videos like this. All right. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.